Good morning, YouTube. Now, there's not a whole lot better on this planet than fresh beer battered onion rings. And I'm going to show you how to do it right, do it fresh, do it delicious, and you're not going to have to work too hard. I promise you're going to like this one. So let's cook. All right, so here we go. We're going to make our onion rings. We just got finished with a gorgeous platter of beer battered catfish. Ha ha ha. So what's better to go with that than onion rings? Not much. Hey, kid. All right, so we're starting with an onion. I just took the peel off. I took the top and the bottom, peeled it, left it whole, right? So to create our rings, I like them kind of thick, but you don't want them too thick. So I'm going to cut slices just like that. Put your fingers. Okay. And that's the one that where I peeled it. But then pop the rest of these apart. Just like that. These are kind of thin. How come I did that? Because I did. Okay, this one, a little bit papery. That's the outer layer from being close to the skin. I don't think that'll be very nice, so we're going to set that over there. And we're going to go with these guys, because these are perfect. This one's a little papery too. It's going to go in my stock pot. And then these are absolutely perfect. Well, except they don't want to give it up. There we go. There we go. So nice big fat rings, right? And then we're going to make a beer batter. Now, I've done onion rings a million different ways. This is one of my favorites. I've done them with cornmeal. I've done it with breadcrumbs. But this is just a plain old beer batter, which I love. All right, so I've got a couple cups of plain old flour over here, right? That's going to stay there right where it is, just like it is. Another couple of cups of flour. This will make sense in a minute, because we're going to season this flour right here, because this is what our batter is going to be. So about a teaspoon of cayenne pepper. You can use less if you're sensitive to it. A teaspoon of black pepper. I've got a good tablespoon of onion powder. Tablespoon of garlic powder. And I actually think I just listed those backwards. And about 2 teaspoons of kosher salt. There's more than that in that, so I'm using the whole thing. And then we're going to stir all that up. And we're going to add our beer. Now, I've made beer batters with every kind of beer on the planet. Cheap beer, good beer, really high-end beer. And I've discovered that the ones I like to make batters with tend to be kind of dark ports. Like if I'm battering catfish or onion rings or vegetables, I like to use darker beers. And this is a local brewery. They're right up the road. This is Yeehaw. This is from the Yeehaw Brewing up in Johnson City. And this is a dark lager. Honestly, that's not my favorite kind of beer to drink if I'm going to drink a beer. But I really like it to batter stuff with. Okay? So I lost my whisk. All right, here we go. And just from experience, I know we're going to be about a beer and a half in before this is the right consistency. Stir small. And when I say stir small, that's something I say to my kids. You want to give the flour time to absorb the liquid. Okay? So let's get these guys over here out of the way. See how that's kind of thick and goopy? Be patient. Allow the flour to absorb the liquid, and you will be rewarded. Huh. What are you taping up, kid?
Something.
Something? Gotcha. Alright, so yes, we do need a little more beer. That first beer can had about half in it. And I've used about half of the second one so far. I'm going to be a little patient. Maybe a touch more, but we'll see. You want it nice and thick, but not so thick that it just, you know. See how thick we are now? I think. Kitty, get off the counter. I'm gonna give it just a little glug more. Oh, see? I stirred too big, I slopped on the counter. Alright, so we're gonna stir this in and then give this just a second or two to really absorb. And we're gonna come over here and we're gonna work on our onions. Now, sorry. Kitties are allowed in the window, but not on the counter. That was a little too close to the food. Alright, so in your plain flour, pick up your onion rings, just like this, and just right in the plain flour. And pat them in. And we'll do a few at a time. Because what happens is the flour will help stick to the onion ring, and then the batter will stick to the flour. Okay? And do a few at a time. The deep fryer is set to 350 degrees. And this is what this looks like. Alright, so nice floury onion ring.
What you making?
Onion rings.
Yummy.
I know. And then into the batter. And we pick it up and let the excess drip off. Oh. Sometimes you'll have a naked spot. Just re-dip. There we go. Battered. Okay. And then right in the fryer. Pop. It's 350 degrees and they only take a minute. Hang on. Let me wipe my hands real quick. Oh, I gotta change batteries. Let me show you this real quick. Ah! Okay. See? They float right to the top immediately. Alright, we're gonna fry that until it's golden brown, and I will be back to show you what they look like. Okay, so I got in a zone, and I almost forgot that I was shooting a video, and all the kids were coming through, and I almost ended up without any onion rings to show them. But you just keep, here's the last of it in the batter, right? So you just keep doing this maneuver with them. And then you pick it up and let the excess drop off and then drop it in the fryer. 5 or 6 minutes or so, that's about what it takes. Then, when they are done, pull them out, drop them on a paper towel, and then while they're still hot, you give it just a sprinkle of salt, okay? And then at the end of all of that, here's what you got. That big, beautiful platter. Okay, the batter slipped a little. We're just gonna hide that one. There, we're gonna pretend that one's not there. But y'all, these are so good. The batter's perfect. See, it sticks. The onion is perfect and sweet by the time it's done. Mmm, it's so good. Make some of those. You'll name kids after me. Hey YouTube, thanks for watching, and if you thought that video was helpful, do me a huge favor. Hit like, hit subscribe, hit the little bell so you get a notification whenever I post a new video. And if you have a second, hop on over to Patreon and check out how to support my channel even more. Again, thanks for watching.